next talk is called Wrangling, the Most Deadly Animal in the World. Everyone, let's welcome Cassandra. I work with the most deadly animal on this planet. This animal has been responsible for 52 billion deaths in human history. Yes, billion with a B. Keep in mind that only 117 billion people have ever lived. Now, when I say this, people often picture me wrangling sharks, bears, lions, tigers, anything with large teeth and claws that could eat you. But in reality, I work with something much more inconspicuous and only about the size of a nickel. I study the mosquito. Mosquitoes are so deadly because of their ability to transmit infectious diseases like malaria, dengue, Zika, and many others. In the past year alone, they've been responsible for up to 1 million deaths. That's why I work with a team of brilliant scientists at Seattle Children's Research Institute. There, we study the Plasmodium parasite, also known as the malaria parasite. And we're studying this parasite so we can fight it. And in order to fight it, we have to grow it. And in order to grow it, we need the mosquito. So that's where my job comes in, and I raise 50,000 mosquitoes a week in the name of science. Yeah. Now, a lot of people ask me this question of, what if we just nanosnap all mosquitoes out of existence? And I want to ask you guys, cheer if you'd eradicate all mosquitoes. Yeah, mosquitoes are like one of those things that just unite everyone with hate. But I think it's really important with questions like this to take a step back and look at the whole picture before coming to any conclusions. Because in reality, there are over 3,500 different species of mosquitoes. And of those, less than 10% blood feed. And of those, even fewer prefer humans. And of those, only 3 groups of species can actually transmit those diseases. So we're waging this war against less than 1% of all mosquitoes. And mosquitoes don't steal your blood because they're evil. They do it because they need the proteins in your blood to develop their eggs, because only female mosquitoes steal your blood. The disease transmission is an accidental side effect. And mosquitoes have some benefit to our environment. For example, they're pollinators, so they pollinate plants that are important to humans because their diet relies on nectar. It includes plants like the cacao plant. That means without mosquitoes, there's no chocolate. And I don't know if I can live in a world without chocolate. And furthermore, mosquitoes are really important for the environment because their larvae are decomposers that can recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. And they're food for a lot of different species like birds, fish, insects, and other bats. Without them, we'd lose 92 million pounds of biomass. Now, I'm a scientist, so a lot of my job is just recognizing patterns. And I've seen this pattern before, where a misunderstood villain is eradicated from the ecosystem, and that results in consequences we couldn't have seen, or maybe scientists warned us against. It specifically reminds me of an instance in 1924, when gray wolves were eradicated from Yellowstone National Park. Without those wolves there as a predator for farmers' livestock, there was no predators there to reduce the number of elk that were there. And those elk populations exploded, and they ate all the plants in the surrounding ecosystem. This resulted in species dying because there wasn't enough food for them, and even going extinct, and even the landscape change that had been there for thousands of years. Now, obviously, mosquitoes live at an even larger scale than wolves do, so the ripple effect would be insane. Now, I'm not here saying, let's save all mosquitoes. That would be ignorant, considering the billions of lives lost and the many more lives we could save. But what I am saying is often many complex problems require more than just a simple solution. Because we have actually been fighting these mosquitoes for over 500,000 years. And it's a lot more difficult than just snapping our fingers. So, yeah, these mosquitoes are in an evolutionary arms race with us, where we come up with a new mechanism for them to fight their way around it, and they find a new way through it. That's why I'm working with a team of brilliant researchers, and we're finding new ways to reduce their impact and possibly reduce mosquitoes. It's very easy to make blanket statements. It's very easy to say kill all mosquitoes. But often, those sort of answers lack nuance and complexity that those questions deserve. Science gives us nuance. That's why it's important that we listen to scientists, that we support research and funding, and we continue to ask scientific questions. Because sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the mosquito. It's thinking you understand a problem more than you actually do. Thank you. Listen to scientists.